Hey y'all, sorry, I'm a little late. Give me a moment. I just have to, jeez, file, open recent. There we go. I was not ready to do today's live stream. Like, I was almost not gonna do it, but I'm like, nah, I gotta do it. I'm just really tired after having done like a big anime convention and then a like fan expo right after. I'm really burnt out. You're gonna leave in an hour for a flight home? Man, how was all your vacation adventures, you know? And when I got home, I had to like clean tons of stuff up, so it's kind of like my old apartment's a super mess. But I've been having to clean it for a while. Like, I have a lot of like little statues and toy robots, and I have like 2 Detolfs. And I finally ordered myself some acrylic risers so I could put them all in it. I mean, just because I have too much stuff to begin with. Alright. Enough of this. Let's do some drawing. So, considering it seems to be just the same 2 people that are hanging out today, what say you that we do the second evolution of the little Pokemon we made last week? So this is last week's Pokemon. It's called Mantido. I'm going to copy this layer, shrink this down, and we'll do its next evolutionary stage. Number 2. Because who knows, maybe we'll have a number 3 one day. That'd be cool. Amazing. I went to this place called Studio City where they had an anime event. Oh, that's cool. Oh, sorry, Robert. I'm too burnt out to be able to stay for like a whole hour to do this. So I'm going to do another fun Adventures Pokemon Second Evolution, and, or how about I make this Pokemon that we made last week, but I make it into like a Monster Girl. I could do that too. Okay, votes. Do I turn this little Pokemon into a Monster Girl, or do I turn this little Pokemon and make a secondary evolution to them? And should they have a potential third one in the future? Sorry. Beepity beep beep. Monster Girls. Alright, let's do this. Monster Girl it is. We can do the evolution next week, right? Yeah, we can do it next week. I think it's fun when we like fuse things like this. Well, doing the Pokemon last week was really cool. Give her a big booty. Let's start adding some monster girl traits to the face. But next week is OC week. You're right, so we'll do an OC next week. We'll do this Pokemon thing one day in the future. Mohawk girl. Give her a nice long neck. Yep. First weekend of every month I like decided to make it like the OC week. Alright, I think my rough sketch is pretty much done here. Now let's add a couple of these. Oh no, actually this is the rough sketch. I'll add the eyes afterwards. So I can always add more detail to this while I'm working on it. Alright, let's see. Oh man, I'm super thirsty. Oh, here we go. Just lower this down a little more. That's much better. So yeah, I spent the past week in Toronto. I'm originally from Montreal, so it's about like a 7-hour drive over. And I did Fan Expo, which is one of the larger comic conventions in Canada, and it was very tiring. It was okay. Like, the convention was okay. I guess I was kind of just hoping for a bit more. Like, I found that it was so expensive for everything that everybody that showed up had no money. So nobody bought any illustrations, and the ones that did, or I mean, like, or my comic, but the ones that did, I mean, like, that did buy comics and stuff like that would only get them if they were like actually licensed or by really popular people. So somebody who's trying to break in the field that doesn't already have an established presence, it was very, very difficult to break that ice. Like, all in all, I did the worst at this convention over any other convention in many years. Like, I knew I had like really high expenses too. Like, going there, I had to rent a car, I had to um, rent out a place to sleep and everything too. Like, so I knew that was going to be expensive. But even all that aside, I still really, like, if it was just like a regular convention and I didn't have to pay for all that, I still did really horribly, which is rare. Like, I normally do pretty good. I got like a couple commissions, 2 of them, but there weren't a lot of people that wanted commissions at this convention either. So because normally I do like little sketch commissions, kind of like what you see me doing here, only I mean they're a little more polished. And I'll do it like on a piece of paper, and then I'll draw whatever the person wants, like in pencil. And I usually get a lot of these commissions because I put a lot of work into them, and I don't charge like very much at all. I charge like 25 bucks, unless it's like a robot or something they want, and then it takes about an hour to draw it. Man, I wish you would have done better there. Yeah, man, you and me both. It was very costly. I had to like I already like I'm gonna go again next year, just because they kind of the real issue is that they like kind of just messed everything up. So, I mean, I had like when I showed up there, I didn't have the table that I had originally paid for. I paid like extra to have like a table at the end of like an alleyway, so that way it gets a lot more traffic, and that's what I really wanted. And I wasn't gonna go to Fan Expo if I didn't have that table. So then I show up there, and they're like, "Oh, we overbooked, so you don't have that table." And I'm like, "Oh my god, okay." So they gave me 2 regular tables, like in a random alleyway at the very, very back of the convention, which were terrible, super far away from a lot of what was going on at the convention. So a lot of my problems will be contributed from that. Also, like I said, like the it's just like the market of people that went. Not all of them, for sure not. Like, I definitely had some people that bought my comic, but I normally sell a lot of my comic book at conventions. And conventions where people genuinely have a lot of comics too. I'm not like the only one. So it's just like, so it has nothing to do with there being more. It just has to do with the fact that they're really like, I got a lot of people like, wow, this is original, this is really cool, but you self-publish it, which is impressive, but I'd rather get something that is published by somebody that I know is already established and that is going to be have some value to it. So unless unless I was like a popular illustrator beforehand, I'm not selling anything. And that was kind of like the problem I ended up encountering there. And it was like for the most part like that, which was like the general rule, because people didn't have a lot of money, so if they did, they wanted to buy that Spider-Man comic, get a signature from like Todd McFarlane, and that all makes sense. It's just the convention was so expensive. Like, I mean, it wasn't cheap. The convention was very pricey. So like, imagine spending I don't know, like imagine spending like $200 on your ticket to go to this convention, and you really want to meet the voice actor to Optimus Prime. He's a super awesome guy, so it makes sense that you'd want to meet him. Everyone should meet him. Um, then right after that, like right after, so like you spend $200 to meet this voice actor. It's gonna cost you another 100, and you'll get like a signature. But you need something to sign if you didn't bring anything already. Which, I mean, let's face it, if you're an Optimus Prime fan, you should have brought something. But maybe you didn't, and it'll cost you $100 or more to get that thing you want signed. Um, After that, you have to eat. And the food, it was $10 for one small slice of pizza. So most people were buying full pizzas that were like pre-made, or that would be made on spot. I mean, but like from Pizza, but they'd be charging about 32 plus tax for them. So it's cheaper just to have a full pizza than to buy an individual slice. So now you're spending like all this money on flippin' pizza. So that it's like practically like buying a statue or something, or like a sweet comic or something, like that pizza was literally instead of like buying my comic, people would buy a pizza. So there was that. Yeah, so the price point on things was just really, really intense. What did I do with that? Oh, I made it come in. Let's bring it in. I think that looks cool. Despite having really, really done poorly, like I said, I'm still planning on going again. And the reason for this is because not only did I get shoved into like a really bad corner and I didn't get as much visibility as I would have liked, but I also didn't have I have made this giant banner, and it didn't, like, Amazon was supposed to ship it and they did not ship it in time at all. Like, it literally showed up like the day I came back from the convention, and it should have showed up way sooner than that. I even had a friend with Amazon Prime, and it just, nope. So that sucked. So I didn't have that. I didn't have my giant banner, so I didn't stand out. Again, like, it's something else that made me like hide behind tons of people unintentionally. It's just when there's a lot of people at a convention, it's easy to get drowned out, so you got to stand out. And so I'll have my banner next year. I'm gonna do like a mild cosplay. I'll like make like little horns and a hard drive like the characters from my comic that they have, so that way I can like wear it every convention I go, so people will remember me for that. And what else can I say about this convention? I got to sit with a bunch of amazing people, and I thought a lot of the people at the convention were super cool. Like, I got to meet like a few really great artists, a few really great comic book artists, and they were all super nice. And it was just like, man, the staff and everything was really good too. Like, I thought that the convention itself, like with the people and stuff, was really, really good. I really loved it. And even like the people, like even um, the clients or the people going to the convention were really awesome too. There's a lot of really nice ones. It's just like I said, they weren't they'll say super supportive stuff, but they don't actually support that. They'll say, I love creative stuff. Man, creative stuff is where it's at. I'm all about new ideas. And then they'll turn around and buy like a Spider-Man statue. So it wasn't like, it's not like anime conventions. Like, for the record, anime conventions are the best conventions ever. Every convention I've ever gone to that's an anime one has always been the best. It's just so good. Like, I love anime conventions so much, and I want to go to all the ones in Canada. I don't really know where they all are right now. Like, I want to do Anime North in Toronto. I'm going to look into it for like next year. I would love to do something called Sakimi Con. I don't know what it is. I think it involves the artist Sakimi-chan, and she like runs in Toronto as well. So I would love to look into that. And then there's like a couple small anime conventions here and there that I would like to look into. Also, I draw a lot of Monster Girls. Do any of you consider Monster Girls like part of furry fandom? Because I don't know, like there's a couple furry conventions, and at one point I was thinking, should I go to these? Like, I mean, my comic book is full of extraterrestrials, but I mean, like, one of them looks like she'd be a furry. So like, does that constitute as being like Furry fair? Maybe. Well, Robert, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'll probably, I gotta look into it because I'd like to maybe go to, like, a furry convention. I'm always drawing monster girls. So I really don't know. If it is considered, like, a style of furry, then then I'll start going. I'll start going to them. That's gotta be significantly longer. Let's bring it down like that. Super skinny, thin leg like this. It's kind of creepy. I like creepy. I like creepy. Let's make her a little smaller. She fits on my page. Alright, let's get rid of my sketch. And, like, my rough sketch, and get to work on this one. Let's get in there for this one. There we go. Alright, gang. And then we're coming to the end of this Monster Girl. So I'm sorry it's so late again this week. But, hey, managed to draw a super cute Monster Girl anyway. That's fun. Ooh, I'm going to add a couple eyeballs around her. I'm just really tired and burnt out, like I said. It was a really rough weekend. I can't wait for the next anime convention, and I don't have any on the horizon for me for a little while, so that's too bad. But yeah, normally I sell about like 30 comics at an anime convention, maybe even a bit more. And even at like the Montreal Comic Con, I still sold like a good 20 something. But man, at Fan Expo, I sold like maybe 8. And I really promoted that comic and everything. Like, it's just because it's not Marvel or DC or somebody who worked for Marvel or DC that drew it and made it way harder. It's crazy to think that just like how much that makes a difference at a convention like that. Alright, let's do these eyeballs. Sorry, gotta go. Take care, Zeno. There we go. Maybe I should have given her backwards chicken legs. That would have been cool. Oh well, I'm gonna sign this. There we go. Let's get rid of this reference illustration. I don't need that no more. I can delete that. And save. Alright, good to go. So here's this week's illustration. It's Mantido from last week, the Pokemon we invented, only this time we turned her into a monster girl. And now it's time to do my classic goodbye. Alright. Thus ends my live streaming session for today. Yet the real challenge begins, listening to my 2-minute long advertisement on Me, Myself, and I. Sorry, it's so long. All links mentioned will be in the description below this video. At a young age, I realized that sleep was for suckers. Apparently, I still believe this, and I'm super crazy, and I just don't sleep. I just work all day, every day. It's fun. I actually do think it's fun. It's just that you know, like when I say I'm burnt out, I'm really just exhausted. In any case, all I want to do is sleep all day, every day. I would love that. At least if I could have like one day of rest, you know, like. Anyway, that'd be nice. I work like crazy with your epic support of $3 a month on my Patreon page, which is literally the price of like that. For $3, you can get 2 Gatorades at your local corner store. I mean, if you think, I could also give a $3 to Eric this month, that would definitely go a super long way to supporting everything. Not only does it help support my illustrations I do every single week like this, and you get access to high quality of files of each one, but it also helps support my comic book Blythe, which I really, really appreciate. But you know what? How about all those people that already support me on those medias? You are all amazing, and I can't possibly thank you enough. So how about thanks from a local celebrity? Hiya, I'm Harley Quinn. Eric sure isn't as good as my pudding, but you know what? He still gets my Harley engine revving, so why not help support him? See ya! Oh, Harley, you're so awesome. Some people are into old retro things, and you know who you are. Wink. Well, I have all my older sketches and drawings available for pre-order up on my Gumroad page. Now, this next part is very important. I mentioned it earlier, but my comic book. It is the most important thing in my entire life, aside from my wife and I guess friends and family. I mean, it's like friends and family, and it's supposed to be more important. In any case, I devote everything I have to this, and I want it to work. And in order to help make it work, I need your support. So I post some of it every now and then on a web page called Webtoons, and if you could go subscribe to it and rate it a 10 on 10, that would be like amazing. Now I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I have a blurry photograph of my kids from the future. I do? Oh, I guess I do. I wrote it here, so it must be true. In any case, every person that subscribes and likes my YouTube videos, the photo becomes more and more clear. So help out not only me, but little Leo, Raph, Casey, and April at having an existence by hitting that subscribe button. That subscribe button will change my future big time. You know what's super important to the rise of my future empire? Did I say empire? I meant fun, friendly, magical friends of the fun future. Well, it's you. Do you like sketching or drawing? What about making awesome costumes or cosplays? Well, you do some fan-related stuff to my comic Blythe, and I assure you a seat at my future galactic foothold. Future galactic foothold. Blah, 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 blah. I'm so tired. Alright, sorry. As well as advertising your fan stuff on all my social medias. Did I say galactic foothold? I meant fun friends and Infinity Team. Well, I have to go now, but don't forget that you deserve to have an awesome rest of your day. So I will be seeing you. Have a great day.